What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Keane, as well as a very sleepy and stretching Luca. And we're returning to Under the Iron Sea, 2006. Thank you again to Phil. And the next track is Crystal Ball, which is typically a term and concept that refers to trying to discern or predict the future, with some people claiming to be able to extract teleological wisdom from an artifact that otherwise looks rather mundane and ordinary. So yes, whether we're talking actual prediction or maybe even the chicanery of being skeptical about people's abilities to make such predictions, I feel like it's likely to serve multiple levels but be more or less metaphorical or figurative. The idea of maybe not being able to see through the murky and complicated factors that go into any given situation or process, whereas, in real life things happen somewhat randomly, and even when you can discern causes, it's not entirely clear how you may be able to respond to them, because every time you think you figured out all the variables, there might be more. So yeah, I wonder whether we're talking something that is more critical in its take on a crystal ball, or someone saying they've genuinely been able to have some foresight based on looking into a situation, maybe not a crystal ball itself. Either way, I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Keane, the track is Crystal Ball, and it's from their 2006 album Under the Iron Sea. Another fantastic tune, and one that seemed to have a bit of that darker lyrics with brighter sonic sort of dichotomy, meaning what I got from the song was actually somewhere in between what I was thinking in advance and with an additional layer, meaning it sounds like more he's making a plea to a crystal ball, and maybe not one literal, though I do think there is a connection to the idea of a sort of magic mirror trying to get it to give you the right answer, to show you what you want to see. So yeah, I feel like there's some, drawing from some different metaphysical objects that are referenced in famous works of fiction and cultural archetypes and so on. But yeah, it seems like he's saying that he feels like everything's going wrong. He's fading out from what he wanted to see in his life at this point. And so not only does he look into the mirror and he sees nothing but this empty stare, this empty gaze looking back at him, but he's asking the crystal ball, show me where I am, because I thought I would be one thing, I thought I would be here doing this, and that's not happening. So he's making a plea, a metaphysical plea to a crystal ball slash mirror to somehow reinvigorate him, his life, and to restore the teleological arc, or to find one that is suitable. So yeah, it sounds like someone who's actually in a really bad place psycho-emotionally, but you wouldn't know it from the sonics without the lyrics, because they're very bright, they're energetic, they're even soaring. I like the guitar work. There was that string layer, which it was there, but not until it really sort of emptied out right as the song was concluding did it come across very clearly. And I was thinking, part of the way through, it reminded me a bit of some of U2's more transcendent or uplifting type of songs sonically, obviously a different voice, but yeah, it felt like a very bright tune musically, but lyrically or thematically, it feels like, he not only is not seeing himself as he wants to be, but he doesn't even know where to turn, he doesn't even know what to do, so he's essentially asking for an answer, asking for the mirror and the crystal ball to show him something positive and to help him find his way. So it's someone who's sort of at the end of the rope, it feels like, if you're making pleas into the universe and indeed into a crystal ball, or looking at a mirror and expecting it to show you something different from what you're feeling, then you're in a tough spot to begin with. So yeah, I think it's a very well written song and a very beautiful song. Again, fantastic vocals. I will say a bit of an anecdote here. I remembered halfway through, a long time ago my parents went out to some restaurant. I wasn't there with them, but they told me this later, and they said there was a waitress whose name was Crystal, and they said something about, I guess, I don't know if it's my mom, but one of my parents commented like, oh, I like that name. It evokes the imagery of crystal, and she's like, well, the kicker, and my mom was like, oh no, what? And she's like, my last name is Ball. So my parents obviously thought they were funny, and I thought that was a very amusing anecdote. So I'm guessing that when people learn that woman's name, oh, Crystal Ball, really? No, surely not. That's a professional name or something. But yes, apparently that was her real name, and she was seemingly not all that enthusiastic about it. But yeah, I enjoy the multi-polar aspect of the song, where it feels like I want to jump into the sky with the sonics and Chaplin's vocals, and yet when you start listening to the lines, you're like, oh damn, he's in a really rough spot, and he doesn't like what he sees, he doesn't like where he's going, he feels like he's essentially evaporating like Marty McFly from a Polaroid photo. And if you know that reference, you're as old as I am or older, do let me know what you think, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace.